always writing poetry or working on something for someone. Then I realized I couldn't stay without, even when I don't have any book to read, I have my diary and my pen. And at the point I was asking, is this becoming an addiction? See, an addiction builds up when it meets two things, two or more things. So I have a need to grow. One of my psychological needs is the need to grow. And so I'm always doing something. When I take up a job, the job has to push me, it has to challenge me. I have to be going out of my comfort zone, which is good. But then there's also another need for variety. So if I study something and I learn it, I want to move on to the next thing. Right now, when I combine those things, when I find something that meets both of those needs or more, there's a tendency that I will get into a vicious cycle with it. So I will read something, right? It will tell me the things I don't know. Then I'll go and look for the thing I don't know, and then that will take me out of my usual space. And then I'll look for something else I don't know, and I'm so busy chasing things I don't know. And sometimes the things I know, the things in my hands, may be suffering. So, dear entrepreneur, before you became good at the things you are good at now, what are the other things you used to do? What other things have you abandoned? It's good to be a professional writer, a professional speaker, a professional, and people like PY Asari, I celebrate him. I don't know how he does so many things. Front page, his reach out, how he puts up all of those things. But if there's one thing I also notice is that he has fun in between his work. I'm seeing pictures of him playing with the kids, pictures of him on a mountain top, him going hiking. You should be able to balance it. So even if you don't have time to go and have fun in between your work, try to find a way. Okay. So now you find out that as you do this, you're balancing personal and professional life. Don't have so many colleagues that you can't have friends, and don't have so many friends that you can't have colleagues. All right. That becomes really imperative. Okay, let me click this and see if there's something else I should expand on before I add anything else. Okay, so amidst all this, how does one care for their mental health? You must understand that your mental health is part of your health. Don't look at it like, okay, for my body, and then my mental health is there. No, it's not there. It's here. It's you. It's right here. If I will not expose myself to mosquito bites because it will give me malaria, why should I expose myself to some things that will disturb my mind? Right? When my dad died last year, I noticed I became really sensitive to death. Whenever someone died, I would jump. Whenever something died, I would jump. It was only common sense that I abstained from news of death within that period of time in order to stay sane. Some of us know we do not have the mind to tolerate certain things. We Some of us don't have the mind to tolerate certain things, and then we keep exposing ourselves to it. Uh, a good example is this whole rape case that has been happening lately. You may be a lady or a guy who has been in a rape situation, and then you didn't have the time to heal, or you didn't have the opportunity to heal. And then there's so much abusive words going on about how rape is pretense, how people set up the other person, and you're just exposing yourself to all of this junk news, and you're just dumping rubbish in your mind. It's not helping you. As much as you're trying to build yourself professionally, and then sometimes you have to sit with these people in the boardroom, I can guarantee you that within your office you will meet stupid people. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. I don't know who said it last year, but it was trending somewhere last year that the world has so many stupid people that you have to meet one a day, one at least a day. Like there's that tendency that you have to be in the office with people who are insulting, people who will try to put you down, people who will try to belittle. Wow. Okay. Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, please signal. Or I can. Can you hear me now? If you can hear me, please. If you can hear me, please send a text so I can be sure. All right. Okay. So people are saying all sorts of things around you, and it's not healthy for your mind. It is simple. It is basic that you block it out. Recently, a few friends were trying to convince me to watch a certain season movie that trended last year. It was a major movie, and I kept struggling to watch it because I knew it had a lot of. It wasn't the sex scenes; it was the fact that the sex scenes were abusive. But then I tried putting myself together because it was also a political movie, and I felt like I needed to learn a little bit on politics and how it worked. So I started watching the movie. But then I got to this particular scene where not only was a girl getting raped, she was getting raped and they were forcing someone else to watch it. And I just knew I couldn't take it. I just couldn't. I help people heal, and I could not expose myself to that kind of information because already I was hearing a lot of negativity. It was building up a lot of negativity and resentment inside me. And I couldn't add more to it. So your mental health is yours to guide. It is your duty to watch what enters into your ears. It is your duty to watch, to gauge what you see, to gauge the kind of conversations you have. I don't stay around people who are insulting to people's sexuality. That I'm talking to someone and person is like, it's not that woman, whole vagina. You don't have this kind of conversations around me. Even though it is within my area, my work specialty, even if it is within my specialty, I do not tolerate it. I do not listen to it. Not because I can't handle it, but I will not expose myself to it. I will not tamper with my mental health. So it is your duty to watch out for what gets into your mind, what triggers you. If you've suddenly lost your creative edge, are constantly getting fatigued, easily bored, easily irritated, unexcited, having no friends, having contacts with no one else but colleagues, partners, clients, and staff, you need time off. You've created a loop. So you're just going in a circle, in a circle, in a circle. You need to break out, do something else. So I like writing, but sometime last year I noticed that my writing was becoming too serious, and I've always wanted to hike. So I woke up one early morning. Hiking was supposed to be 6 o'clock across town, not 7 o'clock across town. So I left my house at about 5:36, and I was there at about 6:30, 6:45. I was there. I woke up that early just to go hiking. I needed to get out of that space, that loop I had created. So if you find out that all the people you're talking to are just colleagues, all the conversation you're just having is work, go out, break the circle, do something new. Do something absolutely new, something you must have imagined but you never had the courage to try out. Just break out. All right. At this junction, if you have a question, please start sending them in so I can answer your questions instead of just talking at you. I think it will be more helpful. Okay, there's no need being the most hardworking, respected, highest paid, most awarded, name whatever you can when you end up being depressed. All right? There's no need giving so much to work, and then the days when you want to cry, there's nobody to call. Don't do that to yourself. Don't invest so much in an aspect of your life and leave the other part hanging. The day you want to cry, you should be able to call. You should be able to find one person. The day your mind feels crazy, when you feel like I just want to dump it all and run away, you should have one person to call. At least one person. The day if you're a Christian, you need someone to pray with you. You're Muslim, you need someone to pray with you. You are just a believer and you need someone to pray with you. You should be able to find one person. If there's the day you need to talk to someone about love and cuts and relationship, you should be able to find one friend you can trust and say, hey, I am having problems with this aspect of my life. You should be able to create that relationship. You should be able to have a mentor, someone you can call and say, hey, I'm working on this part of my business and I'm hanging. You should be able to find people. The goal of today's class is to help you understand that you need people. When I say you need people, I am not just talking of colleagues. I'm talking about every aspect of your life. And I'm going to end on this note. All your friends, please listen clearly. All your friends should not be in your field, in your professional field. You can't be a lawyer and all the friends you have are just lawyers. Something is incorrect about that structure. You can't be a doctor and all your friends are just doctors. Something is wrong with it. So last year, my friend lost about a million plus because of this mistake. He built an app for someone and the person was like a mentor figure. He built an app and he gave the person rights to use the app. And he didn't have any friend who was a lawyer he could talk to. And the person he built the app for took the app, got grants with it, and told him he didn't need his services anymore. And he lost the money. He could have applied for that grant himself. He could have been a party to the grant, but he lost it. If he had one friend who was a lawyer, that person would have taught him about trademarks and patent rights. Do you understand? It is necessary for your sanity. You could build $1 million company, but if all the people you have are in your field, you will never have external perspective. You will never have a second opinion. Everyone will most likely function the way you function. So if everything you're doing is just work, 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 and all the people in your life are just work, 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 you can't make anything else work. You're going to be a friend who is crazy about something else. Do I cook? Yes. But am I crazy about books? Does she read? Yes. Does she love books? Yes. Was she crazy about it? No. My younger brother is a technical person. Do I love the things oh God, I love when I meet tech people. They're amazing to look at. But do I want to do it? No. I just want to be like, hey, I know a person who does that. I take what I can take from them, and then they take what they can take from me, and we move on. I don't have to do everything. They don't have to do everything. Don't try to be the one not good for you emotionally, because it means you keep investing and investing, and you're not taking from anybody. As I round up, know this: you have to be able to take from other people. That's the concept of relationships. That's the concept of having people who are not in your field, is that you give them and they give to you. In the words of Chimamanda Adichie, she says that true love receives. He knows how to receive. Don't just give people, don't just be the boss, don't just be the person everybody can call and say, hey, help me fill up. You to be able to call people and say, help me fill up. Don't just be the one everyone can call and say, can you give me money? You should be able to call someone sometimes when you're stranded and say, hey, I need a little money. You should be able to call someone and say, hey, I need someone to hold my hands. I'm feeling weak. Hey, I need someone to talk to. Don't just be the one every person can call. Train people to call you. Teach people in your life how to love you. Last year's International Men's Day, it's on my Twitter account. You can check it out. Lisa_Express on Twitter. I was saying something about how men need to teach people that they also need help. You should be able, as an entrepreneur, teach the people in your life to know you need help. I hope this has been really, really helpful for you. I hope this wasn't too much information. If you have any questions, please ask. Thank you so much, Front Page Consultancy. PY, thank you so much. This has been fun. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, Lisa. Thank you for your time. Thank you for making time to share with us. Guys, so just to wrap it up, if you have anything that you want to ask, I'm unmuting everyone, so you can ask your questions before we sign off. If you have anything that you want to ask, just check your phone on, and then I'm unmuting you. You just check and then put your questions through before she goes quickly. Right, Max, you are on. You can ask your question.
I I lead at general data. Not all question, but want to give
Your line is not
contribution.
so clear. Your line is
You
not
can
so
you
clear.
can type it as a text. You can type it
Yeah,
as
you
a
can
text even in
leave
the
it in
chat.
the chat.
Yeah,
If
I'm
I think that's
signal
yeah.
here. Okay, now we type it. I'll do that.
No, don't type. You can proceed if your network is okay.
Yeah,
There is...
it's the network is ready. You
Okay, proceed. You proceed. Let's see.
I think it would be easier if we just type all the questions so that I can start answering them one by one without having to wait for each person's network.
okay?
Okay. I don't know who this is. Galaxy Grand Prime. All right. So it's not like you
Yeah,
won't be
that's
productive.
Maxwell.
Okay, Maxwell. It's not like you won't be productive,
Yeah.
but you also have
Okay.
to make time in the long run to rest.
Let me just check. If she doesn't come on in the next minute, we can just... wrap it up.